Drone here, and we are live because of this. What is this? Well, that's McGregor and Mayweather, and I want to talk about it. I'm not I'm not a huge boxing aficionado. I'm not a huge MMA guy, but I enjoy both sports. Do I watch them both religiously? No. But if I catch a nice boxing match, I'll sit down and watch it. If I catch a nice MMA match, I'll sit down and watch it. I'm more towards the UFC and the MMA fighting myself. That's what I prefer to watch. But a nice boxing match, or even kickboxing or Tai Chi, I can sit and watch some of that. So I just want to touch on this. I want to touch on my ideas on this. I made a post on my Facebook, and it's getting a lot of drawback and a lot of feedback with a bunch of different people. The little banner that I showed you, it says true respect goes both ways, and I believe that. Logan, you are first, man. What's going on? And I do believe that. Mayweather came out of retirement to fight McGregor in boxing. He was in his element, so he kind of had a hands up on that, and he won. Dude, he won. He could wash his hands. He could go sit on his couch for the rest of his life and do whatever he wants. David Smith, what's going on? He has more than enough money to do so. The money they both made on that fight, both of them could go sit on the couch and do whatever they want for the rest of their life. They made a killing on that fight. Now, it's being said that Mayweather is showing a very high interest in fighting McGregor in the octagon and actually going out and training for MMA fighting and getting down to brass tacks and bare knuckles here. And I think that's huge. Is this normal? Early. Is this normal? Early. I don't know if this is normal. There are a bunch of people in here already. I guess it's prime time to watch J Drone here as opposed to like 10 o'clock in the morning when it takes. What is going on? Budget Backyard Fun. We're talking about McGregor and Mayweather in the octagon. It's rumored that it's going to happen. A lot of people say, oh, Mayweather is going to be out of his element. He's done. I beg to differ. I really beg to differ. Not to say that I love Mayweather or anything. I have nothing against either one of them, and I'm not voting for what's going on, Roadkill, and I'm not voting for one or the other. I probably will actually lean towards Mayweather just because he's an underdog, just as I voted for, I was going for McGregor in the boxing match because he was the underdog. Logan the Drone Man says, what up to everybody? So the big controversy is, okay, McGregor handled his own. He ended up going out and boxing because he was out of his element. Mayweather is going to be out of his element now. Is he going to be able to handle his own? Emily Larkey, what's going on? Or Lackey? Maybe Lackey. There's no R in there. It's Lackey. What's going on? So, my thoughts on it. If he trains right, Mayweather is a physical specimen. He is an athlete. Just like you've seen, like Brock Lesnar. There's another guy. There's the beastly dude. Let's see if I can pull up his name here. Let's see. Bobby Lashley, the Dominator, dude. He was a WWE fighter. 15-1. 15 wins in one. Coming from wrestling background in the WWE. And yes, I understand. One of my friends brought it up to me. Yes, they have traditional. They actually have grappling wrestling underneath their belt, as to where Mayweather is basically a fighter. He's a hand-to-hand fighter, and he might not have the legs underneath him. But you get the right person in the right training camp, I think it's going to be a fight. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be TKO in the first round. I don't think it's going to be tap in the first round. What do you guys think? Anybody have any thoughts on this? What's up, Jay? I feel like Mayweather is to a level of professional athlete and will prep hard. That's exactly what I feel. You're not going to come out of retirement again with basically an undefeated record, go into the octagon nonchalant. You're not going to do that. You absolutely won't do that. And he's that much of a showboat and a loudmouth. Is this really happening? I think this is really happening. I've done some research on it, and everything that I've read shows Mayweather is very interested in doing it. And so, I mean, there's a lot of hype surrounding it already. So, yes. And with what was just said, I agree with that 100%. You're not going to come out of retirement. You're not going to enter the octagon unless you are properly trained. Unless mentally you think you can actually handle going in there. Because it's no longer sparring. It's no longer just punching. I can't see the live stream. No, you're not the only one in here. If McGregor would work the ground game, then he would win easily. But his pride would get the better of him. There's another thing. Mentality again. McGregor's kind of a showboat himself too. And yes, traditionally, if he would work the ground game, it right now as we speak, if they entered the ring, money on McGregor, but hope Mayweather wins. Dude, I'm all over the place with this. And if they entered the ring right now, ground game, McGregor wins, hand down, and that's it. But you get Mayweather training. You get him training in a tough camp. Not no sissy camp, not no fluffy camp, not no unicorn camp. You get him in one of the toughest training camps in the UFC, MMA world, and you allow him to train properly, he might gain that ground game. He might be able to gain the ground game and wrap up mentality, how to block the ground game, how to counter on a ground, and you might actually have a fight. Logan, this is live. I am seeing you. I am seeing you type as we are speaking right now. This is live. I made a post on my Facebook wall, and it was generating a lot of chit chat. Some people downright said he has no chance whatsoever. I disagree. I think you could take an NBA player, and dude, you look at NBA players. You look at Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, when they were in their prime, Alonzo Mourning. You look at some of these guys in their prime, they were ripped. They were big dudes, and they were big dudes stature-wise, but they were ripped, straight muscle, dude. And you take one of those guys out of their element, and you put them in a training camp, I think they would be able to hang. I really do. Football players have done it. WWE players have done it. McGregor is a bum. All about that money and the payday. That's your opinion. Again, I'm really not too opinionated. Dude, McGregor has to restrict his fighting style throughout the fight. There's a lot harder draining fighter. Yes, exactly. There's a lot to this. This is not cut and dry. It will, dude. This will be an epic fight, like to the point where, dude, if this was being held in Atlantic City, I'm getting tickets and I'm going to it. I would think it'd probably be held in Las Vegas, which in that juncture I'm not gonna go down to Las Vegas and go sit in an arena and watch the fight. But if it was close to home to me, I don't care. I would pay to go see it just because of how large of a fight this is. One, it's going to have hype. The hype's going to be ridiculous because of what it is. A boxer is now entering the octagon, which has been done before. Football players have entered the octagon. It's been done before. Soccer players have entered the octagon. It's been done before. Athletes from all different parts of the world have entered the octagon, and it doesn't come down to, oh, you're a soccer player, you can't fight. Oh, you're a football player, you can't fight. You wear pads. There's no way you're going to be able to hang. It comes down to the training. These people are physical athletes. It comes down to mentality, and it comes down to proper training. If they get the proper training and the proper know-how, Sydney, Australia in the house, what up, D? McGregor hasn't fought since the last big payday. Why not? I don't know why. A lot of us is state of mind, however, once more. I don't know. I don't know why he isn't fight. Maybe that fight has dumbed him down. That fight is going to be sick. Absolutely, it's going to be sick. Maybe that fight has dumbed him down to the point where maybe his confidence isn't as up high as it was. Yes, the first guy who takes it is a hairless serious. Exactly. It's going to. Yes, you can see the live stream now. Whoever wants it the most. It's going to come down to whoever wants it the most, and not at that point in time. Conditioning is everything, and that's what I was just going to talk on, the conditioning. Whoever wants it, not at that point in period of time the most, whoever wants it the most prior to the fight, during preparation, is going to take it. Because yes, McGregor is an excellent fighter. He has the MMA background and whatnot, and he is conditioned in the octagon. He's also a clown. Mayweather is Money Mayweather. He's a mouth on him, and he likes to showboat a little bit too. But prior to this fight, if one of them does not take their training seriously, if one of them does not take the preparation seriously, exactly, yeah, they are very big kahunas. If one of them slacks on their training, if one of them slacks on the preparation, if one of them doubts the other one, there's a very good possibility that that's going to be the change of things. Hit so hardy. Don't hate on athletes' payday. Hey, and right, I feel that too. I had somebody say it's all about money. It's all about show business. Well, of course. I don't think it's all about that, though, because, again, Mayweather and McGregor both made enough money in that last fight to not have to fight again. They don't have to prove anything. They don't have to make any more money. They're set for life. So for them, it's really not about that money. I promise you that. For HBO and Showtime, yes, it's about money. It's definitely about money. It's about the show, and it's Showtime. But but for those two, I think it is a mutual respect for one another. McGregor touting it out. Yeah, I can box. I can go in a boxing ring, and he did, and he didn't do horrible. He didn't knock him out, and I think he could have done better. I definitely think he could have done better. I think he could have trained better because I think he's a better athlete than what he showed in that ring. And I think it was mentality. I think it was him saying, "I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna knock out a prize fighter." Tiger Woods into the ring. Mayweather is a true athlete. McGregor is all about money. We're not gonna say the rest of that. Again, they're both athletes, man. Yes, they both have mouths on them, though. You can't go McGregor and Mayweather and say one's more of a clown than the other. I mean, you absolutely can. But if you look at their backgrounds and you look at how confident they are, confidence usually breeds a mouth on your face, and confidence is generally gained by having a successful career, by doing well. Michael Jordan, he was kind of a silent assassin on the court. He really didn't tout his mouth a lot. There are, however, there's a lot of very talented athletes that do tout their mouth because they get that esteemed with themselves. I'm not reading any vulgar comments just because I would like this to stay monetized. A lot of my feeds get demonetized, and any one of us offered that cash, what would good and none of us do to turn it down? Dude, if I was offered that cash, I have a background. Let's see, McGregor Woods, Stone. I have a background of traditional Greco wrestling. I was a wrestler in high school. I was also a soccer player. I played basketball and I ran track. I have a physical physique. Would I enter the octagon right now with somebody in my weight class? Absolutely not, dude. Absolutely not. I would get crushed. I know I'd get crushed. Now, you take J Drone and you put him in a camp. Take away all J Drone's drones, take away social media. You put me in a camp for 6 months, I might be a contender. I might be able to actually hold my own in my own weight class. Don't put me up against somebody higher than me. Due to how the red mind J just hits a nerve. McGregor's sport. Hold on. Definitely want to be reading your comments. McGregor left the sport after the big payout. I understand that, but again, the money that he made. I ran track and cross country about 100 years ago. LOL, class of 85. I'm class of 03. It wasn't 100 years ago, but it was years ago. I don't know how many years ago it was. A pro athlete is an entertainer. Their job is to sell out. Exactly. If we weren't paying money, I mean, granted, there'd still be underground fighting, but it would be money related. It would be underground, and people would be betting money, and it'd still be money related, and they'd be fighting for the prize. It wouldn't be a big Showtime prize, but it'd still happen, and that's what it is. And NBA, MLB, NFL, NHL, MLS, whatever, rugby, whatever you want, anything that is televised that you can go buy a ticket and pay for, that's the job. The job is to make a show. The job is to keep you entertained. That's what they're meant to do. And if both of them have been holding out, who knows? We don't know the regiment. We don't know what they've been doing since that fight. Maybe both of them already thought to one another that this was going to go down. I wish Rory McDonald would get back on it again. Maybe this has already been preset. Gotta go. See you later, RC. I have fought in the ring for more than 25 years. Is this truth? Is this truth? If you have, kudos, brother. I've never done an MMA fight with anybody professional or let's see, tried some amateur cave fights, and my fortune is not easy as it looks. Exactly. It's definitely not as easy as it looks. And I promise you, traditional Greco wrestling, like what Olympic wrestling is, and wrestling in high school, that's not as easy as it looks either. And that's the premise of the ground part of that sport. And just not being able to punch or anything, and actually doing that 1v1 in, I believe, in 3 different rounds, it takes a lot out of you. It takes a different kind of conditioning than it does as a boxer. Do you see when he jumped in the ring and slapped the ref? He's a jack. boxing is boring since MMA came out. Bro, give me a week camp and I bet I'd stop. See me, I'm not that confident, dude. Dude, right now I can get out of my house without running. I can get out of my house and I could go run a 5K. I can run a 5K and I could probably be up in the top 5. I've timed myself. I've done it time and again. And when I was working heavy in the summer, I was going to enter a 5K. And I looked at the times of the people who traditionally run it. Dude, I was like top 5 and I'm not conditioned. Get me conditioned and I think I could hang in my weight class. I will not say that I will win. I would not say I'll win on the first one at all, but I think get me conditioned, get me in a 6-month camp to really beat the heck out of me, and I think I could be a contender. And now, in that retrospect, we're taking a conditioned boxer. Okay, guys, and Jay, have a great night. Later. Take a conditioned boxer and a conditioned fighter up against one another and put them in training camps. Put them in a 6-month training camp. And again, maybe please I'd buy a ticket to that show. Yeah, if your weight class was women bantamweight. No, absolutely not. See, now there's some people dogging. Again, right now, as I am, I can go run a 5K. I can go mountain bike up and down abysses. I can lift my bike out of a deep abyss, no problems. Put me in a 6-month training camp, and I promise you, my weight class, I'd be able to hang. But again, there's going to be people knocking, but and I'm not going to tout myself. This isn't really about me. This is about the fight. And what I'm trying to point and prove, I do believe mentally and physically, you don't want to mess with the women's bantamweight talent these days. I can lift beer, and that's serious. J-Drone merch soon. I don't know about J-Drone Search Moon. Soon, J-Drone Search Moon. I could run a 0.5, so not an MMA fighter. And again, I'm not an MMA fighter. The comparison that I was making is honestly, at my age, at 32 years old, if I was trained properly and physically trained hard for 6 months, I think I can make a decent fight. Do I think I would house somebody? No. Is there a possibility that I'd win? Probably. Is there the possibility of me losing? Great. Absolutely. I'm not going to lie, and I'll tell it how it is. So now you take a conditioned boxer. You take a conditioned boxer who has the mentality, who has taken hits all his life, and you get him the right conditioning. You get him that conditioning to understand a ground game, you might actually have a fight. You might actually have a fight where it'll last all, and it needs to be a decision. Love to watch MMA, UFC, etc. I do too. I absolutely love it. I catch myself on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm on YouTube on my phone consistently. When I'm watching TV in my bedroom before I'm going to bed, I'm on YouTube. I'm watching some of your guys' stuff. I'm also watching, I'm watching Top Knockouts. Do you ever see Instant Karma? Instant Karma on UFC is great. If the fight does happen, do you think Conor... Hold on. Lots of typing going on. Scroll up. If the fight does happen, do you think Conor would just go right for the takedown or keep it standing? I don't know. Again, that's all mentality. Mentality will play a huge part in this fight because if Conor decides, hey, I'm just going to do the stand-up thing, he might lose the fight because then he's catering to Mayweather's style of fighting. But he might do it because he's a hothead. He might do it because that's what he wants to do. Jay needs to sell Hattie hats. That'd be fairly cheap to do. Definitely be fairly cheap to do. I might consider doing that. Maybe I'll make a couple Hattie hats and do that. It's not really expensive to do. Instant Karma videos are the bomb. Instant Karma videos are the bomb. Straight showboat and disrespect. Boom. TKO. Instant Karma. I love those videos. But yeah, so this is going to be huge. If this happens, and again, who knows? Maybe there was a signed agreement prior to McGregor getting in that boxing ring that we don't know about. Maybe there was a signed agreement that they already signed off on that one goes in the other's ring, the other one's going to go into the other ring, and maybe that's why neither of them has fought since. Maybe both of them have been conditioning themselves through the roof. J-Drone videos are the bomb. Bam! They are the bomb, and I appreciate you saying that and happy you dig. Maybe it was a pre-signed condition none of us know about. Give me 2 weeks and I solo pre-USDL. Bam, guaranteed there are some conditions we are not aware of. Dude, I thoroughly believe in that, because why? Besides the hype of McGregor, why would somebody agree? And the money's good. Why would somebody just agree to be like, bam, all right, I'm coming in your realm, and that's going to be the end of it, knowing that the other person has one up on him? I honestly believe, with what I've read online, I've done some research before I did this live feed. I did some research before I made the post on my YouTube. I did some research on all this before I decided to go public with what I believe was going to happen. And yes, I believe this fight is legitimately going to happen. Everything that I've read on Google states that Mayweather is interested in doing this. It is publicly out there that he's interested in doing this. So, again, back to the thing. Maybe I want to fly a drone around the ring. Yeah, dude, that'd be great. Dude, they should. They should get a couple sparks hovering up around there and just chilling. You can judge the battery time and whatnot. That'd be epic footage. But maybe there was these pre-existing conditions where, dude, maybe that's why McGregor hasn't fought. Mayweather came out of retirement. That's why he hasn't fought. But maybe he didn't go back into retirement. Maybe he's been in a camp. Maybe he's been in one of the would totally die. I disagree. I really disagree. If he walks in the octagon with no training, yes, I agree with you. He will totally die. If he goes into one of the toughest training camps in the UFC MMA world, I don't think he's going to die. I do not think he will die. I don't think it'll be a knockout immediately. I don't think it'll be a tap out immediately. I don't. You don't become a top prized boxer by not being trained properly. He was trained properly. No grappling. No, with grappling. I want to see grappling. I want to see a full MMA fight. I don't want to see a boxing match in an octagon. I don't want to see that. We saw the boxing match. Granted, you have lighter gloves, so he's going to get hit harder, but the same thing with McGregor. Later roadkill. Ground and pound, I want to see that too. I want to see an actual fight. And I want both of them. Well, McGregor's already conditioned to do the fight. I want Mayweather to be conditioned to do the fight. I want Mayweather to be conditioned and trained properly to where he knows how to do a takedown, to where he knows how to put submission moves on and actually how to get out of submission moves. I want to see that. The disciplines are different, but the mentality are the same as a fighter. Exactly. That's exactly, it's up here. If they go into the training seriously, if they go into the prep seriously, obviously McGregor, he has the knowledge, but he needs to still train seriously. He needs not to, yeah, he's coming in my realm. I got this. I'm going to eat a donut. I'm going to do a couple sit-ups. We'll do a couple pull-ups. I'm going to eat another donut. We're going to go to a buffet. We're going to drink some beers. We're going to party. We'll do a couple push-ups, and I'm ready. Meanwhile, Mayweather, taking it seriously, these are development windows an athlete must capitalize on. Growing 40, can't master kickboxing. Well, I understand that. He is definitely not going to master. He's not going to master kickboxing. He's not going to master jiu-jitsu. He's not going to master a lot of it. What I want to see, though, I want to see him get a good grasp on a lot of it, or some of it. You don't have to be everything. I want to see him get a grasp on the ground game. I want to see him get a grasp of some kicking, because kicking's huge, dude. If you can work a kick in, that is huge. There's people that can kick people right here. It's done. There's people that can knock people's legs out and get them off balance, and then bam, ground and pound time. Kicking is huge in the sport, and that's why Thai boxing, dude. That's boxing intermingled with kicking, and kicking is a huge part of that. But you take some of these wrestlers, dude. You take some of these WWE wrestlers. They have a general knowledge of the ground game, but for the most part, they're big dudes. They're big dudes that never actually got in a ring and got in a fight. They've been in Olympic wrestling. They've been in high school and college wrestling where it's grappling, what I'm experiencing, but never actually had to deal with the grappling to the point where somebody's pounding on your face to maybe putting you in a submission where they're going to break your arm unless you tap out, or an actual boxing match. And some of the people have done well in the sport. There's football players, completely padded, conditioned properly, put in the right camp, that have done well and held their own in the octagon. They have done well and held their own in the MMA sport. So that's what I'm hoping for. Mayweather's for fight deal, Rana. I can't wait. I can't watch WWE. I don't watch WWE myself anymore. Once WCW went out and WWE entered, I kind of stopped watching it. I do watch. I watch like very amateur wrestling that comes on Sundays on my local channel, which I absolutely love because it seems to be a lot more physical and less drama than the WWE. But I mean, take Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has a winning record in the MMA ring, dude. He has a winning record. And Bobby, the Dominator, Lashley, dude, 15 wins, 1 loss. 15 wins and 1 loss. That's a heck of a record. And again, these guys have better legs underneath them. They're used to lifting guys up. They're used to being on that traditional Greco type wrestling, where they can kind of convert to the ground and pound. But as a WWE actor, they haven't taken punches in the face. Mayweather by rear naked choke. And it could be. It very well could be. They're matching up per weight, I believe. I believe they match up pretty close per weight. Reach, I don't know the reaches on them. That's going to take in play, especially if McGregor wants to box. He'd be dumb to want to have another boxing match. He'd be really dumb to want to have another boxing match and not utilize the skills that he has underneath him. That would be completely dumb on his part to be like, yep, you're in my octagon, I got you, and stand there and spar with him. Yeah, so I mean, that's my thoughts, man. What do you guys think? I know a bunch of you people have been typing. Actually, there are only about 4 or 5 of you have been typing, and there's a lot more people that were in here. At one point, there was like 20-some people in here. Now there's about 12 some odd people in here. The silent people, do you have an opinion on this, or you just love the J Drone show? Mayweather by triangle choke off his back, epic. Dude, who knows, man? And that's another thing. Here, me as a wrestler, and I learned this off of watching a video. I was inspired on a video in 7th grade. In 7th grade in wrestling, they sat us down, and I can't remember what wrestler it was. There was a wrestler, there was an Olympic wrestler that had one move. He had one move, and he perfected the move. He perfected the grapple in there. Dude, he was an Olympian, and I can't remember his name. Myself, in wrestling, after I watched that, screw the takedowns. Dude, I got so mental on what I saw in that video that I perfected headlock. And in wrestling, you can't just wrap it around there. You have to have their hand, and you swing into it, and their hand actually kind of chokes them out, and you have to have it like that. Dude, I perfected that to where I entered tournaments, and I was placing 3rd and 2nd. I never got 1st, but I was placing 3rd and 2nd, not being rated. Like, there were people that were rated. There were wrestlers that were rated that I was beating out that wrestled since they were real little and were actually rated in PIAA, and I was beating them because I wasn't going in thinking, oh, should I do a takedown? Should I do a one leg takedown? Should I try just grapple with him and wear him out? No, my thing was, I'm gonna get in there, I'm gonna grab your head, I'm gonna bounce you around a couple times, and then real quick move, dude. Really quick move. I'm gonna have you on your back, and your arm's gonna be around you, and I'm just gonna be pulling as tight as possible. And it worked for me. And what I'm getting with that is, if Mayweather can grab 1 or 2 pieces of the MMA world and perfect it and know it, he might be able to win. He might be able to actually come in there very confidently and not have to think about too much and know what he's going to do and try to do that and try to do it over again until he gets it. And because he's so confident and because he's perfected it, he might be able to win off that with very little knowledge. Myself, I was a clown in school. I didn't pay attention to my wrestling coaches too much because I was a clown. I was the class clown. I was built like a brick house. Great to see the sportsmanship after the fight. Exactly. Sportsmanship's great. Ronda Rousey made a career out of perfecting one particular move. Mayweather should learn from that. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. There's people in different sports that have perfected one move. It's been one move. And why have they been so successful? Because they didn't have to think about much else. Obviously, you need to know your defense. You need to know how to not get knocked out. You need to know how to not get taken down and put in a chokehold or something. This is kind of nice that we're tall, not tall. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm with it. I talked to my wife before I went with this, and I said, I think I'm gonna do a video talking about this fight, and it has nothing to do with drones. And she said, yeah, go ahead. And I'm thinking about it. Garrett, what's going on? We're talking about a possible fight between McGregor and Mayweather. And I said, I think I'm gonna do it. I mean, I take you guys with my travels. The channel's not all about drones, not all about Goofy J. This is kind of a more serious, different aspect, which I'm sure a lot of you guys that are tuned in, you watch boxing, you watch UFC, you watch MMA, and this is huge. This is huge. There's so much that can go into this. There's so many things that can go wrong for either fighter, and there's so many things that can go right to either fighter. And back to the one move thing. If you can get into that octagon and you can know how to, he knows how to spar. We already know that. He's a boxer, so he has that underneath him. If we can spar, and then maybe perfect a one-leg takedown into some type of hold that tap out, and we can perfect that, he might be able to do it. Hi, go guys, can call me on Hangouts. Garrett, I'm not sure what that's all about, but there's so much that can go into this. There's so much, there is so much that can be had with this. And a lot of people are saying, nope, he has no chance. The only way he does not have a chance, I will reiterate again, the only way he does not have a chance is after the last fight, he went on his couch and he's been eating Dunkin' Donuts and Pizza Hut and not training. And he's going to get off his couch and he's going to go in the octagon. He will have absolutely no chance whatsoever. And that's also saying that McGregor did the same thing. If both of them went home after that fight and they've been sitting on their couch doing absolutely nothing since that fight, McGregor still has a better chance of winning. Now, if Mayweather has been off that couch, he's been training like a beast, and McGregor, this was already signed in the deal, which I don't know. I think it was, though, which I don't know. This was already signed in the deal, and McGregor's that confident that he's doing that couch life, and he gets off the couch and comes into the ring with Mayweather that's been extremely trained and that was into a very hard camp. We might have a different story here. And what's going to be the best outtake on this, what is going to be the absolute best outtake on this, is if both of them have been training since that fight. If both of them have been waking up in the morning, go running 5K, go running 10K, getting in the gym, pumping iron, getting into sparring with people, getting into that just ritual of what people do in sports. When you're in a sport, you live, eat, breathe, and die that sport. I want to go watch some MMA. I'm inspiring you guys to watch MMA. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, dude, when I was running track, that's what I did. I ran track. When I was playing soccer, I played soccer. My summer was not leisure. My summer, what's up, Flying Jersey? We're talking about the possible fight of the Mayweather and McGregor. My summer was not all fun and joy because I was off of school. I was in soccer camps. I was in 3-session day camps, which involved no soccer ball, which was straight conditioning. Conditioning from 6 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. And, dude, if you're in it to win it, you need to do that. Both these guys are pros. If they're not going to, hold on, sorry. Both of them pros, not both trying to win the best they can't. Sorry, I read slow. We are going to read your comment, though. I'm very interested in everybody's comments here. Both these guys are pros. If they are not both trying to win the best they can, my faith in humanity is shot to heck. I agree. But we know both these fighters. We know both these fighters have mouths on them. We know both these fighters are overconfident. And, dude, that might take and play. It might take and play in this fight. And that's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying McGregor's going to get a head of steam on him. He's in my ring, and we're going to have a boxing match. And then in that juncture, he's probably going to be done. And then same thing with Mayweather. Mayweather is undefeated. He's coming out of retirement to do this again, undefeated. And he's going to come in that ring and be a hot head of steam, and he's just going to get tapped out, choked out, knocked out, whatever. Those are all possibilities. But I think for Showtime, HBO, whoever's going to sponsor this, wherever it's going to be, I don't think they're going to allow that to happen. I don't think they would sign off on it. Name drop some of your fave MMA fighters. I really don't have favorites because, again, as I stated in the beginning, I'm not an MMA pro. I really like seeing the WWE fighters in there. And again, I don't watch WWE, but I like seeing the crossover. I like seeing the transition of them. When fights are happening, I like to look at the tail of the tape. I like to actually look at statistics and not the reputation of the fighter. And I like to make a judgment on the statistics that they show at hand, the weight, the reach, the records, and intel like that. So in that juncture, when I'm watching an MMA fight, I'm not biased. I don't have a per tell favorite, and I like to watch the fight unbiasedly. I really do. And that's how I was with the boxing fight. Randy Couture, easy pick. I love it when the old guys win. Dude, I do too. And that's I don't know. That I keep on dropping Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is 40 some years old. I mean, he's a brick house. He's a straight brick house. But he's 40 some years old, and dude, he has a winning record. He was a beast, Randy. Absolutely. So in that juncture, that's where I'm at. And I stated that when I started this. I am no MMA aficionado. I'm no boxing aficionado. There was a point in my life where, yes, I was tuned to that TV and I was watching UFC constantly. There was a point in my life where I was watching boxing constantly. But since then, it's kind of faded. It's kind of flickered. But when big things like this happen, I get excited. You guys can see I'm excited. I'm a little more serious, but I still have that same emphasis that I normally have in my videos and in my live streams where I'm just jabber-jaw, just go, go, go. It's a young man's game. Absolutely, it is a young man's game. But like he said, I like to see the old dog win. I like to see an old dude come in the ring and straight school a young dude. Not for the dehumiliation of the younger guy to get beat by an older guy, but it just shows something. Again, it shows something. It shows that sometimes age, physique, and knowledge all come into play. Somebody might be a little bit younger and might be a little bit faster, and somebody might be a lot older and a lot slower, but the knowledge kicks in. The actual experience of being in that ring kicks in, and that's how some of those guys win that. It's generally not all about power. It generally really is not that in the octagon. Obviously, though, if you got power and you throw a haymaker into somebody's glass jaw, they're hitting the ground. That's a given. But I mean, there's so much that can go into this fight. Like, my brain is frazzled, like completely frazzled on what could happen and what will happen. And back to what I was saying about Showtime, HBO, they would not sign off on this without pre-existing conditioning. Like seeing the underdog. I do too. I really do like seeing the underdog win. So in that juncture where I'm saying they would not sign off on this, they don't want. It's not going to be good. It will be very bad if the fight starts and the fight ends in 30 seconds. I mean, it'd be horrible for the people that flew out to where the event's happening. It would be horrible for I've been knocked out and choked out but never tapped out. If you gotta quit, then you're in the wrong business. I hear that. I definitely hear that. Like the 18-year-old beats Big Bruiser. Yeah, absolutely. And some of those things where you got guys, where you got brick house dudes and you got like average athletic dude like myself, and a brick house dude, that's all they got. They're a brick house. They can walk through walls and they have no formal training besides the fact, hey, I'm big, and if I hit you, you're done. And then you got an athletic dude, hypothetically about my size, go in there and they house them because they're using their brain. They're using what they've been trained to do, and training has a big part in the sport. Training has a huge part in the sport. I mean, I can't say it enough. If these guys are trained properly, we are going to see a fight, because both of them are stubborn. Both of them are showboats. Both of them have high confidence in themselves. And if both of them are properly trained and properly conditioned, this is going to be an epic fight, man. Technique is all a part of it too. You have so many different attributes, and this goes for a lot of sports, and not just this sport that we're talking about of MMA. Technique is everything. I said something in one of my live feeds. I was listening on the radio when Clay B. was said. What I said it in a video talking about drones. Practiced, let's see, Connor would destroy him in the octagon, in my opinion. He kicks too hard, and that's another thing. That is definitely another thing. Kicking. I spoke on kicking. But McGregor or Mayweather, Get him in a camp. Get him kicking. Get him to build up calcium deposits on his shins from kicking. Get him to actually build that muscle in his legs, which he really doesn't have because he's usually kind of just standing on them, moving around. But boxers do run. Boxers do work their legs out. Obviously, they don't have the conditioning that a pro fighter does that's been kicking. Yes.
Maywether kangaroo.
What?
Maywether's kangaroo.
My wife is referring to a kangaroo reference that maybe a kangaroo needs to get into the ring. But really, guys, there's so much to go into this, and I was going to lead off with something else prior to the kicking thing. Spinning back kick is awesome. Spinning back kick can level people. I don't care what size you are. It can absolutely level people. Let's see, kangaroos. Dude, we already touched on the kangaroo thing in one of my live feeds. Kangaroos are brawling. Straight brawling, but we're not really going to go touch on that. If you can pull up a side image, pull up muscular kangaroo, you're going to see a brawling type thing, or spinning back fist. Exactly. And it goes back, let's see, Conor still wants to beat Mayweather using boxing. His ego got hurt, and that's his kryptonite. And that's going to be his fall. That will be his fault, because I agree, that will be his kryptonite. If he goes into the octagon and he goes in there and he wants a boxing match, that is going to be the dumbest thing he's ever done in his career. Because, and again, I go back. If they're both conditioned properly and they're both trained, you're doing a boxing match. You're doing a boxing match with a boxer. Which now, he is not only a boxer and he was trained properly, who also has other things under his belt. So box, box, jab, jab, box, box, jab, jab. Maybe he does the spinning back fist. Maybe he incorporates kicking into a boxing game and throws McGregor off, because McGregor's mentality is we are going to throw pound for pound. It will be the dumbest thing McGregor can do in his life. Mayweather does have great defense, though. It would be an interesting fight to see him have to defend takedown grappling, because they don't. Hold on, I almost read that off. Because they don't stop and break. Exactly. There's not much stoppage. There's stoppage if you hit below the belt. There's stoppage if you're about knocked out. If I was training McGregor, I would push stuff to take down and counter. And that's what they should do. That's really what they should do. They in the training, both of them should get that training. Both of them should get extensive, overworked ground game training. Regardless what McGregor thinks he has under his belt, train. Day in and day out till he's about ready to puke ground and pound game. That's what they definitely need to do. That's what they definitely need to do with both of them. Because if both of them can get that under their belt, if both of them can get that underneath and in their heads, you're going to see an epic fight. You're going to see the fight of the century. What Showtime. We're talking about Showtime, HBO, and money. This is about money. It really is. It's also about their self-esteem and their pride and whatnot. It's about that too. But money. Not only are you going to have this as a UFC fight, the gloves would be a big difference too. It would, because you have a heavier impact glove that are on the hands versus a boxing glove. You're going to see this is going to be a multi-million, if not billion-dollar fight, because boxing is huge. UFC is huge. Mayweather is huge in the boxing community. McGregor is pretty darn big in the UFC community. So you're going to have your UFC people tuning in. But you are going to have, I think, a larger amount of viewers of the boxing community come into this, as opposed to the UFC community that came into the boxing. Because boxing's been around forever. There are old-timers, extreme old-timers that are involved in the boxing community that will tune into this, that we might not have in the UFC MMA community. There might not be such an old following in the UFC MMA community, because boxing used to be so huge. Boxing used to be that big thing for the tough guys. And there are so many old timers that still follow boxing. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about 60, 70, 80-year-old dudes that have Showtime, that have HBO, that's what they live for. They live for watching guys spar. They live for a traditional boxing match. And they're probably going to follow this fight over into the octagon. And it may be traditional boxers probably hate all this MMA, UFC stuff. They might hate it. But you know what? They're going to watch it. I bet money that although they will hate it, they will watch it. Mayweather going to learn how to jab laying on his back. That's very possible, man. It is very possible. And it needs to be well-rounded. And like I said, we did a video, I think that was today, my Rainy Hater video. They hate it, but with one of their own in the ring, they're going to love it. They're absolutely going to love it. And it might actually transition some boxing fans into UFC MMA fans once they see what it's about. Because, yes, you have a lot of people that traditional boxing fighters. Payday is huge, win or lose. It is. It really is. The last one was too. You have a lot of traditional sports watchers of boxing fans that dog MMA and UFC because they don't know what it's about. They kind of know what it's about, but they swear by boxing. Boxing is boxing, and that's traditional, and if you're doing anything else, it's garbage. But you take one of their own and you put them in that ring, we got a whole different amount of viewers here. We got eyes that normally would not be on this match. We got eyes from the boxing community in this match, and they're going to be opened up to a whole new thing. Because yes, boxing is traditional, boxing is great, the technique that they do is great, the history behind boxing is great. But what UFC does and what MMA does, MMA and UFC incorporate the world. They incorporate the world. Most boxers have some type of head problem. Floyd's aged from being hit so many times, but because of his defense, he hasn't taken major. Right, dude, there's so much. There's so much that's going to incorporate into this fight. And that's one thing that you can't be trained. You can't be trained to be hit in the face. And like I said, if I was trained properly, I might be able to handle my own. I might be able to handle my own against my own weight class. But you can't be trained to be hit in the face. So there's a good possibility if myself, I let my defense down and I get hit like 1 or 2 times in the face, that might be the end of it. Getting hit in the face, his power level is over 9,000. All plans are awesome till you get punched in the nose. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, dude. Mayweather hasn't been hit that many times in the face because of great defense. If he does get on the ground, if he does get in the ground and pound situation, is that going to be the determining factor? Is he going to be knocked out? Is that going to be it because he has a baby face? And I don't know if he has a baby face. I know I have a baby face. Dude, I've been hit in the face. I don't know if you can definitely see it. You can see the line across my nose. I've had my nose completely split by the butt of a gun, and I was knocked out. I was knocked out cold, and I've had the side of my face smashed in with a gun. Jay Drone used to be a thug type person, so that's where that whole things coming in that I was blasted in the face with guns. Fortunately, I wasn't shot, and I'm still here today. Thank you. Because it could have went the other way. But you can't train being hit in the face. I've only been hit in the face twice with an inanimate object, and 1 out of those 2 times, I was knocked out cold. Getting in a ring, being pounded in the face, am I going to get knocked out? There's a very good possibility I'm going to get knocked out because I'm not used to it. Mayweather's not used to it. He has great defense, but he lets that defense down or he gets on the ground. What's going to happen? Does he have a baby face like I'm explaining? I probably do. We don't know. I would assume yes. I would assume he does, as opposed to a traditional UFC fighter who's taken ground and pounds to the face and outlasted it and not tapped and not been knocked out. Their condition. Floyd sticks and moves 100%. He's special. The right shoulder roll. He can just stand there and expect. Hold on. Let's see. Can't just stand there and expect Conor just to stand there and trade with him. He's going to take him down and ground and pound. That's what needs to happen. But a lot of people are saying Conor's that dude. Conor's that dude that he wants to have another boxing match. Conor's that dude that he's not going to play his cards smart, and he's going to go all in on a pair of jacks. And if you play Texas Hold'em, going all in on a pair of jacks ain't your smartest move. And a lot of people are saying that's what he's going to do because he wants a rematch. He thinks that he's going to be able to handle in a boxing match. And again, it will be the dumbest mistake he can make as an MMA fighter, as somebody who's been conditioned in that ring, who has other tools. Is the fight really happening? Google it. Google it. From everything that I've read, it's going to happen. And again, from what I said, from the last fight, you don't go into somebody else's territory having the card stacked against you without getting something out of it besides money. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Me, Pertel, if I was a UFC fighter and they proposed to me, Connor will chase Mayweather's butt down, take him down, ground and pound. If I was a prize fighter in MMA, and there was a prize fighter in boxing who was retired, undefeated, and they came to me and they say, Jay the Bruiser Boyle. Damn, that's my fighting name, dude. Yeah. Jay the Bruiser Boyle. Mayweather. And well, let's not say Mayweather. I don't want Mayweather coming at me. It's nothing but rigged No, I disagree with that. I disagree that it's rigged. Absolutely. What is going on? We're talking about a possible fight. So they come to me. Jay the Bruiser Boyle, Tim the Dominator wants to fight you. He's going to come out of retirement and fight you. We want you to get in the ring. It's like, what? Wait a minute. You want to take me out of my element and put me in there? Yes, the money sounds good. I'm definitely super me, super J. I think they probably friends, big dog, but Jay Bruiser Boyle just got in another long day. Sorry to hear about the long day, but me, Pertel, as a person, I'm gonna want it even. And going into a boxing ring, it isn't going to be even. So there would be a pre-existing condition prior to me signing off on that, because I already have money. I'm already a prize fighter. I don't need to do this. I really don't. McGregor didn't need to do that fight. He really didn't. But he did it. And why did he do it? I think there's a pre-existing condition. I think there's something that on the dotted line we have not been told, and that's why this is just now coming up. That McGregor actually has a brain on him and said what Jay the Bruiser Boyle would say, I want fair ground. So if we're going to fight in his ring, he needs to fight in my ring now. And maybe that brings up the question, why haven't we seen McGregor fight? Maybe he's been training. Maybe Mayweather's been training. Maybe that's why both of them have been out of the spotlight. Maybe that's why neither of them have been in the news. Maybe secretly they've been training. So, boom! Now on Showtime, on HBO, we will present the fight of the world, the fight of all-time history, Mayweather and McGregor in the octagon. And it's going to blow up. Dude, right, speaking about it right now to somebody who's not going to profit anything about it, they would be dumb not to do it. They would be dumb not to do it because there's already this much hype around it. And there's not a date. If you do Google what I'm saying, Google Mayweather versus McGregor, you'll get one or two old bits of the last fight. You'll get a little bit of feedback on it. Magic Pro review anytime. No, I was gonna buy one. I really don't need a Mavic Pro. I was gonna buy one. The guy flaked on me. I drove an hour and a half away, and the guy flaked on me, so I didn't get it. I really have no need for a Mavic Pro. I don't fly my Phantom just because of the size. I love my Spark. I love my Spark. I don't have any need to Bruiser Boyle. Yes, he laughing at me, Slide Dad. I don't have the need to go the distance. I really don't, and that's what I feel the Mavic is for. And I don't really have the need for 4K either. So as far as the Mavic goes, unless I can find one at a really good deal, like I was about ready to find one, I'm not gonna buy it. That's again, I'm a drone hoarder, so if I find one for a good deal, I'm definitely gonna grab it. But back to the fight thing. Google it. You'll find a couple old pieces, old news clips on the last fight. But the majority of what you're gonna find if you type in McGregor versus Mayweather is what I'm talking about now. It's the possibility of this fight happening. It's the possibility of this definitely going down. It is the report saying Mayweather's definitely interested. Why would they even write that? Why would that be written anywhere if this wasn't a possibility of going down? Why would anybody talk to Mayweather and say how to keep Jay from buying and flying drones? Talk about MMA. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm hyped. I mean, if this was a little late, but hey, Jay Bob, what's going on? We are not talking about drones here. We're talking about possibly the most epic MMA fight to happen in retrospect to what happened in the boxing community. McGregor versus Mayweather in the octagon. I think it's going to happen. A lot of people on Google think it's going to happen. A lot of people in other community think it's going to happen. So I do believe this is going to happen. This hype wouldn't be out there. Everything is rigged. You're late. And again, I don't believe everything is rigged. I don't believe when somebody gets a broken nose, it's rigged. I don't believe a backhanded punch, a reverse punch, and a kick to the side of the face is rigged. I really don't. The WWE, Yeah, I believe that's rigged. Absolutely. Boxing, I don't believe is rigged. MMA, I don't believe is rigged. Sports in general, I don't believe is rigged. This isn't even a topic. What isn't even a topic? Enlighten me, Nick. Not rigged, but not always on the up and up. I can say this. Sure. Sure, there's been people in the past who have flopped. Sure, there's been people in the past who took the payday to flop. But the person that does that, I can't wish that much ill will against them. Yes, better said. There we go. So we're going along the lines that Big Dog is kind of going on. We talking about the election again? No, we do not talk politics here. We don't talk about politics, religion, anything under that juncture. We're talking about fighting. We're talking about McGregor versus Mayweather. So in that juncture, the people that have taken flops, they should be taken out back, and something should be done to them. I'm not going to wish ill will on anybody, past or present, that decides to take a flop. But anybody that's willing, Floyd will never fight again. I disagree. Google it. Google it. I would not be putting it out there. I would not be putting it out there if I did not feel confident that this was going to happen. If I did not do my homework. I'm the dude that doesn't play checkers. I mean, I love checkers. I absolutely love checkers. I'll play checkers all day. But as far as my opinions go, and as far as what I put out there, I don't play checkers with my life. I play chess with my life. I think, I evaluate, I rethink again, and then reevaluate before something comes out of my mouth. I've thought about this. I've evaluated it. I've researched it. I've done my homework on it, and I do believe this is going to happen. You're saying Mayweather's never going to fight again. If the fight does happen, I guarantee that Floyd will shock the world. Floyd is a winner, not the greatest boxer, fighter. And there you go. Dude, there are so many opinions surrounding this. There's so much hype around this. There's so many different ways that this fight can go, that this is definitely going to happen. I mean, of course, there's a 5% chance that this isn't going to happen. But McGregor, this is all it's going to take. This is all it's going to take. The loser of the last fight, McGregor, to go public and call out Mayweather. That's all it will take. And why am I saying that's all it'll take? Because of the way they hold each other, the way they hold each other on their own pedestals. Both these cats are used to winning and will both do their best. And that's a more equal-sided to look at it. But I do agree. I agree with that last statement. I agree with the last statement that Mayweather will shock the world, because a lot of people are going to dog him. But like I said, with proper training, he can come in there. He can definitely come in that ring and do a good quality fight. And that right there, regardless if he wins or loses, will shock the world. Because there are so many straight-minded people. I follow Floyd, but he's just poking fun at Conor since he did beat him. It's not going to take because Conor... Hold on. It's not going to take because Conor called Floyd out before, but it was in Floyd's backyard. Dude, I'm telling you, if Conor goes public, if he goes public and he's shooting his mouth off like a loudmouth that he is, and he's calling him and he's bad-mouthing him, Floyd, dude, he ain't gonna back down. He's a winner. He wants to be a winner. He's not gonna take the loser that he just won against. He's not going to take it. He's going to step up to the plate. Conor is going to F him up, period. And again, everybody has their opinions on this. Conor was talking about fighting some other guy in UFC, and that's what Conor is. He's a fighter, so of course he's going to fight other guys. Only thing going to make Mayweather fight MMA is not McGregor. It's going to, did you say money? Hold on. Did you say money? It's going to be the money, and the money's going to be huge. Mr. J, how are you? I'm well, Philip. I'm very well. The last boxing match I watched was Mike Tyson's biting the ear off. You should have tuned into the McGregor boxing match. I tuned into it just because of the mix, just because of the crossover. Just like I talk about my crossovers. Abandoned stuff meets drones. I love it. It's epic. And this is going to be epic beyond epic if it happens, and I think it will happen. Go on Google. For the doubters, go on Google and search it. I've searched it. I did my homework. I play life like chess. I would not have done, dude, we wouldn't be live right now. Maybe we would be live talking about drones. We would not be live right now with me this ecstatic over it if I didn't think it was going to happen. If I didn't think this was a serious possibility, because I've done my homework on it. I seen here, I don't know if you've caught it. I don't know if you were able to see. Let's see here. Let's see. The pre-hype was pointless. If this wasn't pre, right? Why? Why would there be any Jabberjaw? Why would there be anything out there? Anything? Even one thing. Why would there be one thing out there if this wasn't going to happen? Okay, the reason there would be one thing out there if this wasn't going to happen is because there's fake news and people love fake news. But on the flip side of that coin, there's a lot more than one thing out there. There is a lot surrounding this. And there would not be a lot surrounding this. There would not be a lot of people reporting on this. There would not be a lot of journalists writing stuff about this if the possibility of this happening was not great. I just want to show you, and this is the thumbnail for this, so I don't know if you've chimed in on this. If you can see it when you are joining this, the kind of, it was made. Somebody made this, and I don't know if UFC MMA, I don't know who made this. It's great. I love the picture. It's great hype right there. True respect goes both ways, and it does. It does, and that's what this is going to be about. It's going to be about respect. It's going to be about money, and it's going to be about trying to show the other person up. That's what it's going to be about, man. There's so much around this. For this not to happen, it would be dumb. It would be so dumb on HBO's part. It'd be dumb on Showtime's part. It would be dumb on whatever arena they're thinking about holding this. Show us your shadow boxing technique. Not right here. We're in a closed environment. I don't want to hit the phone. Just like DJI and Apple, the leaks are controlled. Exactly. I couldn't have said it any better myself. You don't get leaks on things unless there isn't a high possibility for it to happen. Granted, there's been some drones leaked out that haven't hit the market, that won't hit the market. There were prototypes, but they had every thought of making them hit the market. And for some reason or another, they didn't hit the market, but there were prototypes made. Off topic, Jay, did you notice all the small channels slowing down on videos? The whole list of YouTubers are slowing down. What do you mean? Reiterate on that. What do you mean slowing down? Not putting out as many videos? Looking forward to MJX. Dude, I'm looking forward to MJX's stuff too. The Chinese holiday is over. Stuff's going to start coming out. Stuff is going to start coming out, especially from MJX. Slowing down. Dude, that's on them. It really is on them. And what it is these are people that did not meet the qualifications to be monetized. I don't do this to be monetized. Go back and look at my first videos. Go click on J Drone's videos. Click on videos. Click on loaded date oldest. Click on those videos. I do this because I love it. I absolutely love being on YouTube. But some of these people did not love being on YouTube. Some of these people thought of it as a chore, and they were getting paid a little bit of money. Disrespect will decide it. It absolutely will decide to fight. They were getting a small chunk of change for making videos out. All Connor would have to do is take Mayweather to the ground, and it's over. What kind of pay-per-view is that? You don't know that. You're thinking that off of pretense. You're thinking that as a boxer with no MMA training coming into the ring. Yes, in that juncture, what you said is correct. But that's not going to happen if it happens. Mayweather's not going to get into that ring without any type of formal training, without any type of hard formal training. He's not going to go into the ring not knowing how to get out of grappling moves, not knowing how to counter moves. He's not dumb. He's a showboat. He's not dumb, though. What were we talking about? We're talking about all types of things. I'm trying to keep up with everybody, so please give me a second. I see it that way too. Yes, definitely see it that way. But yeah, so I mean, this can go either way. It really can. I love being on your YouTube because content creators like you, dude, Philip, I appreciate it. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Mayweather is an MMA fighter, period. He is not an MMA fighter, period. Nobody was born an MMA fighter, period. You have to train to be an MMA fighter. He is a fighter, period. He is a fighter, period. He can train to be an MMA fighter. He's not going to have the experience that McGregor will have, but he can train. And like we said, all they have to do, all certain people have to do is perfect one move. perfect one move. In high school and middle school wrestling for me, I perfected one move, and I was unranked in tournaments, and I was coming out with the trophy. He's not trained, no less. He's too old for it. He's not too old for it, dude. Brock Lesnar, 40-some years old. There are older MMA fighters. He's not too old for it, and he will be trained if he enters that ring. I have to disagree with you highly on that. He is not too old. There are older MMA fighters taking out young guys day in and day out. Not built for it. I disagree. He is a fighter. It is a fighting game. I have to disagree with you cold-heartedly. He's used to dishing out knocks. He's not used to taking them so much because he has great defense, but put him in a training camp. I disagree, dude. I have to disagree with both are dedicated. Yes, if both are dedicated, both get dropped into a tough training camp, they're both going to come out. They're both going to come out conditioned for that fight. They are two different sports. You're not listening. Listen. They are two different sports. If you take a UFC fighter that has not trained for boxing and you put him in a boxing match, you'll see the last fight. You'll see the last fight because guaranteed McGregor did not train much in sparring and actually learning how to box. You take a boxer and you put him in the octagon with a UFC fighter with no training, then that's exactly what's going to happen. Lee fighting is fighting different disciplines, but same mentality. Same mentality, exactly. Now, you take those same fighters and put them in the same ring, it doesn't matter what ring, and you actually get training. Actual physical training. I'm not talking about a week or two. I'm not talking about a month or two. I'm talking about half a year to year. Physical, dedicated training, day in and day out, bleed, sweat, and pour, whatever you are training for, dedicated, get mental about it, you're going to have a fight. It's no longer Mayweather the boxer coming into a UFC ring as a boxer. It's Mayweather the prize boxer who now has other tools underneath his belt. Granted, he does not have the experience that McGregor has. You can't gain that experience over top of him. That's one thing McGregor will have over top of Mayweather. But like I said before, and like a couple other people said, there have been fighters that have taken one move. Maybe B, but it does not. But I don't see it. Sorry. I'm sorry that you don't see it. I think around the box. I can see this from every single angle. I do not think blindsidedly. I can see this from every aspect. I can see this from a boxer just coming into the ring and getting housed by a UFC fighter. I can see this as a boxer being trained as a UFC fighter coming into the ring with a UFC fighter that thinks he's going to whoop him, and the UFC fighter getting whooped because he's yes, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And there will be people with their blinders up that believe what they believe, and they're not willing to think kind of out of the box whatsoever, or they just don't see it like you've progressed, Lee, like what you have said. And dude, no problem with that. I strongly disagree with it because I'm looking at it from every aspect, and that's why I'm doing the live feed, because I'm not looking at it one-mindedly. I'm not looking at it through tunnel vision either. I'm looking at it as the possibilities of what could happen, what would happen, what might happen, and that's what I'm excited about. I'm trying to see where you're coming from. Yes, dude. Trying to see where I'm coming from. I'm coming from every angle, man. I'm coming from every angle. And I think the best angle, if this fight goes down, I'm going to reiterate what I've already reiterated before. If this fight goes down, HBO, Showtime, and whatever place that they're going to fight are not going to sign off on this unless they know it's going to be a good fight. They're not. They're not. Because say you got, I don't know how many people arenas hold. You got how many thousands of people that paid top money to see this fight, and in 30 seconds it's over. In 30 seconds this fight is over. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's not going to be nice. If it happens, promoters will take their time and milk it. Yes, dude, the promoters will milk it all day. The promoters can start milking it right now. The promoters can print t-shirts. They can print t-shirts right now. Jay, I totally know and understand where you're coming from. Cool, I appreciate that. And again, the guys that don't understand where I'm coming from or can't see where I'm coming from, I have no disrespect towards you whatsoever. Again, I'm not blindsided here. And again, I don't like to speak in checkers. And what I say by that, I don't like to just speak by reaction. I like to actually think about what I'm going to say. And I have. Before I started this live feed, I sat down for about an hour. And I researched this and I read a lot. And that's That's what built this all up. And that's what built what I'm saying in my head. And that's why I'm not just saying, oh, Mayweather's going to come into the ring and he's going to get knocked out. That's not what I'm saying. Could that happen? Absolutely, it could happen. That's why I'm going over every little aspect that we can go over, because there's so much about this that can happen. There's so much wrong that can happen, but there's so much right that can happen with this. And with the promoters, I'm open to all possibilities, but some things don't make sense. What does not make sense, brother? Lay it on me. I'll try to make sense for you. If this fight's going to go down, the promoters, the people are, yes, wow, wife is awesome. A little bit hoarse in the mouth. Yeah, I was going to say wife. If this is going to go down, the people signing off on this, the people selling tickets on this, the people backing this are going to make sure it goes down properly. They're not going to allow, they're not, Fresca time, right? No, I love Fresca, though. No Fresca, though. You're close. Sprite. We got Sprite this time. Don't think you learn ground and pound skills in 6 months or a year. Not with McGregor. Old boss champ against younger trained MMA fighter. Again, he's not going to get the experience. That's the way of doing things in the general. That's where wisdom comes from. Just made it in, bro. Birdman, we're talking about a fight. Box, reiterate what you said. Maybe boxer. Okay, so I see what you're saying. You see boxing champion versus UFC, you just don't see it. They already did a boxing match. They already did the boxing match. The boxing match happened. A lot of people said that wasn't going to happen. Does anybody remember when that got brought up? Just like I'm bringing it up now. Does anybody remember when that got brought up? A UFC fighter is going to enter the boxing ring. He's going to be knocked out in the first round. That's what everybody said. It's not going to happen. Everybody said it's not going to happen. Everybody said it's impossible. It's not going to happen. Nobody's dumb enough to do that. Nobody's going to do that. Does anyone remember Pong? That's J-Drone. What? Pong? What is Pong? Enlighten me, brother. Huh?
The ball that bounced.
Oh, you're saying it, boing, it, boing, it, boing, 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 boing. The little ball. You're calling me the little ball getting hit by paddles going all over the place. Absolutely, that's J-Drone. First video game in the 1970s, kind of like tennis. I got it. My wife enlightened me. I know what Pong is. Absolutely. I played it on Atari. My uncle had an Atari, and I played it on his Atari when I was really little. Sumo wrestlers, ice skaters, LOL. Baby bid. I'm not sure where you're going with that. But yeah, dude. When prior to the last fight, dude, what we're going over right now, the optimistic thinkers and it'll never happen, and he's gonna get knocked out and he's gonna get killed. That's what it was. Commercial on TV, Gekwa, I think. Yeah, I don't watch too much TV unless there's something hype like this going down. I would definitely watch some TV. But yeah, prior to the last fight, prior to the MMA fighter going into the boxing ring, this exactly what we are discussing happened. There were a lot of people that said it wouldn't happen. It'll never happen. The Boxing Commission won't allow it to happen. That's what was said. Because they didn't want to see an onslaught. Because they didn't want this and this to happen. But there had to have been some training. McGregor had to do some formal boxing training, which obviously didn't pair in his favor, because like some of you guys said, you can't learn certain things in 6 months to a year. You can't. You absolutely can't. But as fighters, you can make a show out of it. You can go into a training camp and you can train for what you're going to do. You can grab your bearings. Boxing has lost ground to MMA. They were looking to rejuvenate their... And that could be too. That could very well be. The ratings for boxing, and I don't know the ratings, because again, I don't follow either sport really, really closely. The ratings for boxing could be down considerably. And they could have been down considerably. And the last fight gonna be pay-per-view only. Oh, I bet it'll be pay-per-view only. Absolutely. The last fight, if the ratings were down, guaranteed it brought the ratings up. If the ratings are coming back down, where UFC's ratings are going sky high through the roof, this might bring those ratings in the boxing world up, or it might just be bettering UFC. Brother, I have the package ready to ship. Hold on, Birdman. Bird is the word. Bird is bird. I have the package ready to sit. It's waiting on me to take the shipping place to properly package it. X600. No, I haven't forgot. Appreciate you, brother. I do trades with people. I definitely do trades with people on some of the stuff that I have. And Birdman's a good friend of mine offline, and we are doing a trade. Don't forget about my motors, brother. Those motors, dude, I'm anticipating those motors. Bro, let's see. I request to please show us more of your super pilot skills. I know the weather. Yes, the weather has me down, dude. I have so many drones. I have so many brand new drones. Bam, motors. Thank you, brother. I'm looking forward to those motors to repair that Tarantula X6. The weather has me down so much, dude. I have so much here, and I'm working with MJX to get the new stuff in because I have a direct connect with MJX. And I also have a Chinese connect who kind of hooks me up with stuff too. And I've also been buying stuff. Dude, I just bought 2 drones, and I've flown one once, and the other one I picked up in Tractor Supply. Fly your Spider XL yet indoors? I was thinking about flying that Spider XL in my drone room. But yeah, so stay tuned, guys. I will showcase my flying skills. I will be testing more stuff when this rain stops. I'm good for cold. I'm good for snow, but I really don't want to do stuff in the rain. 6 inches of snow here. Where do you live, brother? Here. Well, we're kind of off topic right now. It's like an X8, right? What is like an X8, right? The Spider, the big Spider XL, it's actually larger than the X8, but I'm sure the motors are almost the same. Where is everybody from? Yes, Lee, it's kind of like the X8, but it's a little bit bigger. It's more like the X6 Tarantula X6. Excuse me, the Tarantula X6 and this bad boy, which is like the Tarantula X6, a little bit longer. Yes, where's everybody from? We got Texas, we got Iowa. Yes, there are teasers, Slide Ad. Dude, I'm putting out unboxing videos. Pittsburgh, PA, dude. Dude, I'm like 4 hours away from you. I'm like 4 hours away from you. I'd love to get down to Pittsburgh, but it's so far. 4 hours, dude, to travel in the same state. Come on, where's everybody else from? The silent people that haven't been typing, where are you from? This is all I'm asking you to type. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, subscribe to this channel, dude. We don't talk about boxing a lot, but we do talk about a lot. The bird John Chen sent looks like props on the DM009. Yes, and that drone is over there. I think it is almost the same identical props. If I ever get a chance to visit, I will. PA, if you're in Pennsylvania, if you're in New York, if you're in Ohio, if you're in New Jersey, if you're in Virginia, if you're in Delaware, Florida, Indiana. Let's see, Cali to New Mexico. Recently moved from Cali to New Mexico. Where in New Mexico? J Drone was in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Absolutely enjoyed it down there. All the stucco type, mesa type looking houses. Really weird to me, but it was definitely cool. Let's see, Columbia, Ohio. So we got some people in that area that I was speaking about. So Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio, Virginia, Delaware. If you're in that area and you have the facilities to or the opportunity to travel to Pennsylvania come March 3rd, come on down. Come on down to Pennsylvania. We're having a huge meet. We're having a huge meet between some abandoned creators and myself at Centralia. Centralia is the place where Silent Hill was based off of the burning town of Centralia. Sorry, where you at here? What's up, bro? Perth, West Oz, what's going on, brother? Hello, I'm not in Las Cruces, bro. I missed you. But yeah, so if you're in the area and you can make it, definitely make it. Perth West Oz is checking in. We were talking about the possibility of the Mayweather and McGregor fight. There's a possibility Mayweather is going to get in the ring with McGregor. And there's so much surrounding this. There's so many different different things that can happen here if one doesn't train right. If McGregor wants to do a boxing match, it could go very wrong for him. Me, I just woke. Well, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Perth West. Happy to see you here. Always happy to see you here. But yeah, so we'll go back to my little thumbnail here. So that's my thumbnail. That's what we are talking about. We are talking about that. And I do believe if it happens, it's going to be a little bit about respect. It's going to be a bit about, hey, I won the last one, so I'm going to get you on this one. And it's going to be about, hey, now you're in my court, and I'm going to whoop you. And I don't think it's going to be that easy. I don't think it's going to be cut and dry like that. I think there's going to be a lot more put into this where we're actually going to see a fight. Is McGregor going to win? I don't know. The possibility of McGregor winning, obviously, is going to be higher than Mayweather. But as I stated before, if Mayweather trains properly, if he gets into a tough camp, it might be a different story. It might be an actual fight. Rematch, cool, man. I saw the first fight. I saw the first one too. And dude, this rematch is going to be huge. This is going to be epic because this is a different story. This is actual non-stoppage. Unless somebody gets hits in Weibos, it's non-stoppage. It's gonna be go time. It's gonna be go time, and I am ready. I'm so ready for it, dude. I haven't been this excited about something in a long time, and it's not drone related. Las Cruces is where my parents retired. Next time, I need to know if you're coming through here. Maybe I might be, dude. I got a brand new car. My wife got me a brand new car. I plan on doing some traveling. I plan on going down south. I want to hit Route 66. That's a goal of mine. I want to hit Route 66, and that was the whole premise on getting a brand new car, getting a reliable car. I didn't have to worry about. Not to say that my Impala is not reliable, but a brand new car to do these things in would be more ideal going on a road trip like that. So some of you guys, I think what I'm going to do when I do decide to do this, when I do decide to do a road trip, the first one's probably going to be straight south, which maybe I'll hit South Carolina or Florida, and hit different states along the way. I will go live when I'm doing it. I will let you guys know, and you guys can say, hey, you're a state away, or hey, you're a half an hour away from me, stop by. And I'll be like, yes, I will absolutely stop by, do a live feed with you. I will have drones with me, and we can fly. And then the next one will be Route 66, which will head on down into New Mexico and whatnot, and through Texas. And I think that's, yes, Route 66. Yes, absolutely. Because I do the abandoned thing, too. I don't know. I know some of you guys. I know I know a bunch of you guys who are constant J-Drone watchers, constant J-Drone commenters, and I appreciate you guys. Some of you guys I don't know, and I appreciate you being here too, and hopefully you've hit that subscribe button. I not only do drones, I do abandoned stuff. It's like summer in Australia now, isn't it? Summer in Australia, Perth West, is it? Yes, no, maybe. And I do the abandoned thing, and I love the abandoned thing, and Route 66 is just one of those things where I know there's abandoned stuff and the odd stuff along the ways. It is summertime, Perth West says. And that's just drive on down, take pictures, fly around with drones, make videos, and I think it would be epic. I think it'd be great for the channel. What do you guys think? It'd be great for the channel. It'd be something you'd be interested in seeing. J-Drones travel down south, down Route 66, down to Florida, or wherever I decide to end up in. Would that be something you guys would be interested in, and possibly maybe meeting up? I am not, like, a lot of people in the beginning called me, oh, you're not the typical reviewer. I see a heck yeah there. You're not the typical reviewer. You're going out of the context of what normal reviewers are. And I got a lot of hate from the drone community. I got a lot of hate from the typical reviewer. Dude, I'm not a typical reviewer. I'm not that guy that's plastering GearBest across my videos. I'm not that guy plastering RC Moment across my videos. Despite the fact I do get stuff from them occasionally, I've said it plain and point, period. I'm not doing it. I'm not plastering it across there because I'm not over advertising for you guys. I'm advertising for the drone. If the drone's good, I'll put the link down below in a code if you hook me up with one to hook them up. There, fake sailors, exactly, dude. The fake, here, right here. Here we go. Here we go. Fake sailors, that's why you're good. What up? What up, Suaz? Love the abandoned videos. I love my abandoned videos, too. We were talking about the McGregor fight. We're talking about the possibility of Mayweather going in the octagon. We'll touch on that again. Fake Sailors took an X6 clone made by Quadrone. It sold for $300 some. They did a review of it. They put a link down below, and they never told anybody. They didn't tell anybody that you could get the same drone for under $60. The original Tarantula X6 for under $60. They were trying to sell you an X6 clone, a Quadrone Sentinel. That's what it's called. If you want to look it up, it retails for about $300. They were signing off on a Quadrone Sentinel for $300, and that to me is garbage. And I was heated when I seen that. You are one of the reasons I purchased H501. That's bad, bro. Absolutely, it's bad. I'm new to this great hobby. Thank you so much. I love Hubsons. I love Hubsons too. I'm definitely a Hubson guy. I love Hubson. I got a Hubson right next to me. I got one of my top 10 drones next to me. And right there. I used to watch Darcy Sailors. I did not quite care for their, yay, everything's great and life's great and blah. I didn't care for that, but they were good reviewers in my eyes. They really were. But when I seen that, when I seen them selling a $300 X6 Tarantula X6 because somebody gave it to them and not telling you guys. It's one thing. Say Quadrone gave me that drone. I would fly it. I would test it. I would tell you, one, you're getting this in the United States. So there you have a little bit of customer service. Is it $300 worth of customer service? I don't think so. Two, you're getting a cool design. You're getting a different paint scheme, kind of a Joker scheme where it's green and purple. Is that worth $300? I don't think so. But if you're a nutball like me and you got to collect them all Pokemon, you might want to consider getting it because it's a great flyer. But there would be a but there. You can get the same exact drone that will fly the same exact way from the original manufacturer for under $60 on Amazon, on Prime, and it's called the Tarantula X6. And they failed to do that, and they had me heated. Man, you can get a solo just over 200. Exactly. And that's the beef that I had with them, that they were signing off on a Tarantula X6 for $300 and not saying anything about it because they were given the drone free. And if they said anything about it, Quadrone would no longer send them drones. And I think that is the most garbage thing anybody can do, because we're here for you. I'm here for you. What I'm testing for you, and because I love to fly. Because I love to fly. And here, Hubson, this is one of my top 10 drones. What? One of your top 10 drones is so small. There's no GPS. There's no altitude hold. There's a 2-megapixel camera on this, and this is a raw flyer. This drone will challenge you. The Hubson X4 H107C, I'm a big Hubson fan, and that's one of my favorite flyers. I got to get one, too. But yeah, dude, so going back to the McGregor fight, what do you guys think? What else? What else do we got on the table? What else is going to weigh out this fight? What else do you think is going to happen here? Because me, dude, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen, and I think we're going to see a solid fight. Yeah, I watched RC for a little bit, then for some reason I stopped. Jay, got to go to Key West, won't be disappointed. Your K plays so many videos. Is it even scheduled? It's not scheduled yet. Here, let's go to Google. Let's see here. Floyd Mayweather versus McGregor versus Floyd and Mayweather 2. Talk of Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. refuses to go away. The talk refuses to go away. So there's been talk around this. My money is on McGregor, but I think it will be a fairly competitive fight, and that's what I'm hoping for. That is what I'm hoping for. Yes, it's talk of. It's talk. But again, the prior fight was talk. The same thing happened on the prior fight. And let's see here. Let's see. A boxing match between the undefeated division, Craig McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, 2 Diana White speaks out. One day ago. Okay? 1 day ago. This isn't old news. This isn't old news. 1 day ago, somebody posted about this. This isn't stuff J Drone dug up for a great live video, because this is a great live video. Tech review later, brother. Happy for you checking in. Tuck the kids in, and hopefully they sleep well for you. But 1 day ago, a journalist wrote about this. This is fairly new, dude. And I mean, it's been talked about for a little while. It keeps on coming back and whatnot. But the fact that it was just posted a day ago, and that thumbnail that I showed you, that's pretty recent. That thumbnail I showed you of the two of them, the hype thumbnail, which I'll show you again. I have it on my Facebook. It's on my wall. This is pretty recent too. So the fact that we're starting to get images like this, and we're starting to get new journalism, on this, is only a telltale sign, man. If it doesn't happen, it's a shame. It'll happen. Rematches usually always go ahead. Brings in too much coin. Perth West, dude, you're pulling stuff out of my brain, dude. And you just came in and we said this. There is too much coin to be made. There is too much money to be made. And where there's money to be made, there's people that want to make it, and people that want to make it will make it happen. I want to see Trump, and that right there, I don't think will happen. I mean, I'm a very open-minded person. We can jog down the lane of the presidential fight and what might happen, and the reaches and whatnot, and who's more athletic than the other one, and who I think would win on that one. But we're not gonna go there on that one. But yeah, dude, there's too much money to be made for this not to happen. And the fact that we're starting to see flyers on it, the fact that we're starting to see new journalism happen on it. Who has seen Wolf Creek, the movie? Did we see Wolf Creek?
I think so. That's like one of those weird guys that.
I think we did see Wolf Creek. Bam. Okay. One of my friends is typing on one of my abandoned videos. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna type absolutely L-Y. I work side by side with a couple news companies. Not really news companies, but news writers, publishers, and whatnot. And some of the local things I do, they take. And they kind of they've really taken my abandoned mall video. They will turn me on to the TV series, guys. There's a TV series, 2 seasons so far. There is a TV series that users are saying 2 seasons so far. But yeah, dude, so I'm stoked. Like, I even told my wife, dude, I told her, dude, as soon as I seen that picture and did a little homework on it, I'm like, dude, we're watching it. I don't care where we're watching it, we're watching it. Do y'all have pets? Dogs, cats, birds, fish. I have a dog and I have a cat. Shoot, your guys' turn. Dogs, cats, what you got? Same color, same truck. What do you guys got? Waiting. What do you guys got? Dog. We got a dog. Got a stray cat. 2 cats. 1 dog. Graphic violence language. What graphic violent language? That's not an animal. What type of animal is that? Billions to be made. Absolutely. All right. Sorry about that. I was commenting to my journalist, who takes my stuff and makes it. Let's see. Bro, does your wife fly with you? No, she does not fly with me. I think we are gonna get her on a Phantom. I tried having her fly a Bang. No, it wasn't a Bang Toys. It was a Bao Ming Flip King. I tried to have her fly a Bao Ming Flip King, and she did okay. She did all right. But I think we're just gonna throw her on the Phantom. I am confident that any novice flyer, any novice flyer can fly the Phantom. I am. The drone flies itself. If you get scared, let off the sticks. Let off the sticks and the drone will sit there. Put her on nice and easy to fly GPS rig like Zero Explorement. Yeah, dude. Something for newbies. She ain't into it, but that's cool. She don't need to fly Jack. She don't need to fly Jack. But abandoned, dude. She comes with me on all the abandoned things. She's huge into the abandoned things. She's a photographer. Dude, I got her a dope camera. She loves photography, and she has her own photography page, and she gets lots of comments on her photographs. 90% of the time, her photographs are better than mine. There is that 10% of the time that J Drone does one out on her. Actually, I'll probably put it. There's probably the 5% of the time that I get a better picture than her on something. And I could actually only think of 1 instance that was. 2 instances that was. We're at an abandoned farm, and I got down on the water. Got down on the pond, got the farm in the background, got a dope picture. And then the monkey, the crazy monkey that we found in that one abandoned house. I got a dope picture on her. I wasn't even gonna post my picture because I figured, dude, my wife got a better picture of the monkey. I'm not even gonna post it. You can get pics from the air. Yes, I can get pics from the air. What video software do you use? I use the stock video software that is on the computer, which is Windows Movie Maker. That monkey was creepy. Go grab the monkey.
I have a towel on my head.
That's all right. My wife has a towel on her head. She just did something with her hair. Here, we'll show you the monkey. Can we get a link? I love photography. My wife can definitely drop a link. Dude, the monkey, my wife had to have the monkey, so we figured the place was abandoned, so we'd bring it home with us. This is the only thing that we've ever taken out of an abandoned place. Look at this monkey, dude. Dude, that is creepy as all heck, man. And again, the place was deep in the woods. It didn't look like anybody had been there since the last time. Like, I actually got a tip off of that place, of where it was, and the person, super creepy, dude. And it's in my house now, man. And the last time the last person was there was like a year and a half ago, and the place was untouched from the last time. My contact who gave me that location was there, so I figured, look, nobody's going to appreciate this. Nobody's probably going to end up here again because I don't give out my locations, and the person that gave me the location generally doesn't, but we're really good with one another. So might as well take it and somebody actually appreciate this thing. Generally, we don't. Generally, we walk in, we take pictures, and we walk out. But this was so unique that had to have it. And now it's creeping me out in my house. Every time I wake up, I see those little beady monkey eyes staring at me with the little symbols. I'm waiting. One of these days, I'm going to wake up. Ching, ching, ching. It's just going to be chinging. I turned my phone away when I saw that monkey. Yes, that is definitely Chucky's friend. Absolutely is Chucky's friend right there. That might even be Chucky's nemesis, evil monkey. That dude, super evil monkey, man. But yeah, the one day, like, dude, I'm gonna be here doing a review. I'm gonna be here doing a review, writing on Facebook or whatever I'm doing. I'm gonna be here doing something, and dude, I promise you, it's gonna happen because there's something up with that monkey. That monkey's gonna start chiming. The monkey's gonna start chiming, and dude, I'm gonna be so scared. I think I'm just gonna jump in one of my Cadillacs and tail out of here. Wife's gonna be like, "Where'd you go, dude? Monkey." Do something with the monkey. Gonna have to like put the monkey in the shed or the garage or something. I don't know, man. But definitely a creepy monkey. But all right, guys. Unless you got anything else for me, we've been jabberjawing for 93 minutes. We got a good solid, I'd say we got a good solid hour. We've got it. He said, heck no, I'll run. Dude, I would run too, absolutely. Dude, yes, fecal matter all over my pants. Absolutely. We got about a good hour, I would say, talking about this fight. And we got a lot of things covered on this fight. This was a very successful feed. And the only reason these feeds are successful is not really because of all my jabberjawing. It's the interaction between us. It's the back and forth. It's all the opinions. Lee had his mindset. He didn't quite see things. Maybe I turned him around a little bit. Maybe he still doesn't see things. I'm not hating on Lee for that. I appreciate that type of input. Then we have other people that kind of saw things my way. Then we have other people that were straight one way at it, and he's getting knocked out. Although I don't agree with it, I appreciate all that. I appreciate all the input that you guys put in here. Even the silly nonsense. I wish Jake Paul versus KSI fight. Even all the nonsense. Somebody typed some nonsense in between stuff, and okay, somebody wrote me another tip about an abandoned place, one that I don't quite care to go to because it's in the middle of a very large city, right next to a jail, and it's a little bit risky. But yeah, dude, these feeds are great because of this, because of us, because of YouTube. And it's not my tube, it's YouTube, it's your tube, it's your channel. This channel is J-Drone, so hypothetically, I'm in charge of the channel, but it's your channel. The people watching, it is your channel. And that goes back to the person that said, I see a lot of the smaller guys not posting so much. If they loved what they did, if they actually loved the audience that they had, they would continue posting despite the fact of the new rules that YouTube made. If I didn't qualify for the monetization rule, which I do, because of how much I put out there, dude, I put out videos left and right throughout the day, and people, there's a lot of creators that don't like that. There's a lot of creators say you're going against the grind, no, you're going against the algorithm, you're not doing things traditionally. It's like, dude, I'm not a traditional. Woo! My wife just sent me $5. Y'all see that? Yes! But again, that's not why I do that. If every single one of you sent me like $100 each time, of course I'd probably do it a lot more. But if I didn't have good content to actually speak to you about and actually jabberjaw for 96 minutes with you about, I wouldn't do it. There's absolutely no way that I would do it. Algorithms, I'm hoping to make a couple videos, but looks like possible storms. Way to go, wife. Yes, exactly. Screw the algorithms. I'm a numbers person, and dude, user watching with me, user on my channel. I like to help people build. In a while, crocodile slide dad, later brother. Happy you got much laughs out of this. Hopefully you got a little bit of content on the fight and a little bit of knowledge on what J-Drone thinks and a little bit of knowledge what everybody else thinks. Everybody talks about the algorithms. I'm a numbers person. If you post one video, here, check it out. I like sharing tips and tricks as well. I'm going to share some tips here because I know Birdman's a creator. I know Perth West Oz is a creator. I'm going to share what's been working for me. I've only been in this for 2 years. I've only been in it for 2 years, and I'm seeing close to, I could pull up my analytics. I'll tell you exactly what I'm seeing monthly. Algorithms are okay. I'm not going to repeat that. Here, we're going to go. I'll give you my statistics right now. I'm not going to hide nothing from you. My channel, I want to go to my dashboard, and then I'm going to elaborate what I want to talk about here. What do I want to go on here? Creator Studio. Give me 2 seconds, guys, because I want to share a statistic with you, and it's not being done by algorithms. No, I wanted to go to dashboard. Sorry, guys, I'm like clicking all over the place there. I could still click on dashboard. We are clicked on dashboard. All right. In 28 days, and this has been an ongoing thing. This isn't just, oh wow, this is a great month for J-Drone. This has been an ongoing thing for quite some time now. In 28 days, I got 411 subscribers. It's averaging that in every 28 days, I'm actually seeing about 500 subscribers. How am I doing that? Am I doing that because I'm the best creator out there? No. Does my personality have a little bit to do with it? Absolutely. But the biggest thing that I think that is helping me do that is not an algorithm that I'm following, because I'm not following that algorithm. I'll show you what I think is the biggest thing that I'm going to show you my screen. I'm going to show you my screen, what I think is the biggest thing. My stay cat, oh my, gotta throw. I'm going to show you. Just give me a second and we will go to, what do I need to go to here to show you what I'm going to tell you. Perth, do you have any modes for the, maybe mods? I think he meant mods. So we were gonna go to J-Drone. I post the thing I post because I like doing it. I know the rubbish, I just don't care. No, don't think it's rubbish. Don't think it's rubbish. If you enjoy doing what you are doing and you're posting it, one, you're posting it for yourself. That was me completely in the beginning, and it's still that. When I fly, I don't know where Hattie is. Hattie's over there. When I fly, Hattie's on my head. Hattie's recording my flight. And I get to see my flight. It's a flight record. Like a lot of pilots go into have flight record books. But all right, let me get to what I was gonna do here, because I love sharing. I love helping people grow. I love helping YouTubers grow. I have like the Flying Jersey, RC Crazy. They started out just recently, and I've tried to help them grow considerably. All my vids, I can't post any of them. Post them, dude. Post them. You have a YouTube. You have the power to post whatever you like. And if you're doing it for yourself, post them, man. Let's see, post them. Exactly, post them, dude. We're at J-Drone here. Cool, I did, but I have tried them yet. Dude, this is J-Drone. This is all you guys intertwined in J-Drone. Ray, what's going on? You missed the big talk. You missed the big talk about McGregor and Mayweather possibly going into a fight, and we had a good talk about it, so you have to go back. Most flight time. It's not this one, but it's my blue one. This one has a lot of flight time on it too. Bamzo. Alcenma. I have the most flight time on my Alcenmas. But yeah, Ray, if you want to chime in on that talk about the boxing, dude, we hit it hard. We hit that conversation hard for about a good hour straight, dude. We went over all the ins, all the outs, what coulds, what shoulds, and whatnot. But right now, I'm giving a key to the creators. A key that works for me. I already announced that I'm getting close to 500 subscribers every 28 days. How am I doing it? I'm not doing it by algorithm. Give me 2 seconds here. We're going to go to what I want to show you, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. And it comes down to numbers. It truly comes down to numbers. I'm a numbers person. Who cares? Put a comment on one of my videos, and that's what I was talking about, being a part of the J-Drone thing. A lot of people have gotten subscribers from being in these live feeds. And it's a respect for one another that's in the community. Right now, we're all intertwined in this channel. There are creators here. There's people that don't create. There's people that just love to watch. I got a bail cat driving me nuts Laterly, happy for checking in. A question for everyone. Can you, or is it smart to fly at night? It depends on your skill set. It depends on your skill set. If you're flying like a Phantom or a smart drone that you know you're going to be able to pilot and you know your area and you're not going to hit any trees, not a bad deal. Make sure you're in a wide open area. If you're going to fly like a X5C, if you're going to fly an X5C or a Tarantula X6 that has no assist, yes. So, dude, you're flying a drone that you would probably be all right with. Just don't push the limits with it. Be safe about it. Take it up. Take it up. Don't go too high. Get your footage. Get what you need. You can definitely do that. I have a whole section of night videos that I've done on all different types of drones. So we're going to my channel. And we're going to go to my videos. Now, as of recently, I haven't been posting so much because the rain has had me down. But we're going to scroll down to where, let's see, we're going to scroll down. Right. We're going to scroll right there. All right. That's good. So here we go. We're going to flip the screen around. We're going to flip the screen around. These are some of my videos, okay? You can see 6 days. So this is 7 days a week. 6 days, a week, a week, a week, a week, a week. A week, a week, a week, a week, a week. Are you getting the gist here? I post a lot. So why do I post a lot? I post a lot in one day because it's numbers. Because this got 357 views. This one only 142. This one didn't even break 100, and that's a dope video. It didn't break 100. Now we scroll down here. Same timeline. Can you see that? 3.6 thousand views. 3.6 thousand views. It all depends, man. And that's what I'm getting at here is if you post one video a day, the possibility of it being a slam dunk, the possibility of it being a home run is great. You don't know. You don't know what's going to take off. You don't know what's going to go into the click circle. I call it the click circle because people are searching on Google and magically one of your drone videos have entered that click circle. Magically, somebody's looking for X16 video. Perth West Oz is the first one to come up. Perth West Oz's video is the first one that comes up. It is in a click circle. And say he made 3 videos that day. And that one is the one that's getting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 views. What are you going to get out of that? One, you're going to get more subscribers. You're going to get more views. You're going to get more watch time. If you're monetized, you're going to get more cash on it. You will. But hypothetically, say you post one a day. Say you post one a day for a week. Yeah, okay, maybe 1 out of those 7 videos is going to blow up. Say you post 4 times a day. Say you post 4 times a day per week. You have a greater possibility and a greater chance to get out there. And and I read this. I read this before I started YouTube. You output as much as possible that you can and get your name out there. I'm flooding the market with J-Drone. I'm flooding the market with my drone videos. I'm flooding the market with my abandoned videos. I'm flooding the market with these type of videos here. I'm flooding the market with my travel videos. My name's out there. My name's out there to the point where a lot of people who know who J-Drone is. Locally, I go places, you're J-Drone. That wouldn't happen if I didn't put that much content out there. I've had videos that I thought would get low views, but are my best and highest. Exactly. That's what it is. Like, dude, the video I just showed you, that has 3.6 thousand views in a week. Dude, I was walking through the mall. I was walking through the local mall with my wife. She was shopping. I wasn't shopping. So what am I going to do? Well, I need to occupy my time. So I noticed that stores were closing. So I decided to take pictures and videos and whatnot. I noticed there was a leaky roof. I decided to take video. I get home. I intertwine it together. And and guess what? Dude, it blew up. And it's still going up. And that was one of those things where I thought, hey, this is just a video that I'm occupying time with. This is something I threw together quickly. It's content for my channel, and that's all it was. It was content for my channel. I did not think it was going to get 3,000 views, and it's still going up. It hasn't stalled. It continues going up. So you don't know. So if you take should you get your chapter 107 to be safe? Hold on. No, I'm going to answer no. Let's see here. Should you get your chapter 107 to be safe if you get pay of 1 drone footage on YouTube? No, not really. The 107 is you contracting work. Doing drone reviews, you don't need your 107 for. You're not getting paid You're not here. You are not getting paid to fly. You are getting, if you're making money on YouTube, if you, dude, mall video was epic. It's still growing, brother. If you are getting paid on YouTube, it's not to fly, so you are not going against the laws of the 107. You're not going against laws that if you're going to get paid for flying a drone, you need your 107. You're not getting paid for your drone video on YouTube. What sense does that make? You're not. You're not getting paid for your drone video. You're getting paid for the advertisement before your drone video. You're not getting paid to fly drones. You're not getting paid to put footage on the internet. Dude, you're getting paid because Nike, because DJI, because Polaroid, because this brand, GoPro, whatever, has an advertisement before you. You're getting paid because that advertisement that's before your video, and the possibility that somebody clicks on it, the possibility somebody interacts with it, the possibility somebody clicks on it and buys something. That's how you get paid off of YouTube. And YouTube's not even paying you. Google's paying you. So as far as the 107 debate goes there, unless you are going to contract yourself out for work and post that on YouTube, that, hey, look, I got a job. I'm making $500 doing roof work. And then, yes, you might want to get your 107 to avoid any type of stipulations and laws that you might be breaking for accruing money for flying a drone. A way around that. There is a way around that. If dude, hypothetically, say you got a neighbor with a tall building and they want you to check the roof. So, dude, I'll pay you. I'll pay you to check my roof. I want you to check my roof. I want to make sure it looks good. You don't have your 107. What do you do? What do you do? You tell them, look, I can't accept payment for doing this job because I don't have my 107. Any type of gratuity that you would give to me for doing this for you for nothing, I would gladly take. There, you can do that. Homeless Bones Talk. Okay, user going back and forth. So Lee, that's my thoughts on the 107. Myself, I don't plan on getting the 107 just because I'm more of a hobbyist. I really don't plan on going into any field and making this a profession of mine. Besides, I would like to make YouTube a profession. I would like to make YouTube a profession, but as you can see, I'm not just sticking with drones with that. I'm deviating in all parts of my life. I'm allowing yous into my life. The J Drone Show, I'm allowing yous to see all different bits and pieces. And like this fight that we talked about, somebody's contacting me on Facebook pretty resiliently. So I will type yes ? Yes, bam, bam. Okay, done. And the person that's contacting me is going to have coupon codes 50% off for a drone. I can tell you what drone it is. It's one of my Chinese contacts. Huh? My wife thinks they're annoying. JJRCH47. He's going to contact me. He's going to give me 50% off codes. I'll make a video of it if you want to take part in that. You have forewarning. You already have a pre-warning that that's going to happen. I don't know what the baseline price is going to be after the 50%, but he told me yesterday that he wants to move those around. So I'm anticipating the next message is going to be that, here, friend, codes for drone, 50% off. So stay tuned for that. But, yeah, dude, so as far as algorithms go, I say throw them out the window. Jay will fly for drones. Exactly, I will fly for drones. And that's, dude, I do. I'll fly for drones, absolutely. LOL, I thought it was Facebook Messenger. It is Facebook Messenger. Please delete this message. I took my... I don't know that I can delete that message, but once this gets published, you can no longer see the messages. You can no longer see the messages. The messages don't get published. The only thing that gets published to this is obviously the video, and then any comments thereafter. So you're safe with me. Even the super chat that my wife tossed $5, which anybody else, if you want to toss me money, you're more than welcome to do it. If you don't want to, don't do it. That even gets deleted. None of it gets saved. And myself, I've been way above. I've been way above. Let me just tell you that. But there's a way to publish that, and there's a way to do it, and there's a way to do it properly without getting in trouble. And again, in the state of Pennsylvania, there are no drone laws. Google it. I'm not lying. Google it. There is not one black and white drone law in Pennsylvania. No legislation has passed any drone laws in Pennsylvania. There's a bunch of states like that. There's a bunch of states where there's no laws. There are a bunch of states with a bunch of laws. I always use spotters for long range stuff. Certain times of the day is the best. But there's guidelines. The FAA has guidelines that they would like us to abide by, and that's what they are. They are guidelines. Just gonna leave it at that. So you can take it for what it's worth and whatnot. But all right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap this up here. Unless anybody else has any questions, comments, concern, dude. Solid hour, a solid hour strong, talking about the fight, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about that fight, and we talked about the fight great. But is 700 meters on altitude? Okay, one time deal. I'm I'm not gonna sign off on it. I'm not gonna sign off on it. Dude, as long as nobody was hurt, you didn't break nothing, you didn't hurt nobody, no planes crashed or anything, dude. It is what it is, and that's what it is. So that's, and again, once this is over, nobody's gonna see what you typed, so you don't really got to worry about anything. Again, if you are gonna go out, which I go out, I go a little bit extreme. If you're gonna live a little, do it as cautiously as possible. Do it as safely as possible. You don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to injure anything up above and have anything crash or whatnot. You want to fly as safely as possible. That way you continue to enjoy the hobby. Budget, thanks. I did just for testing. There you go. Dude, I've done lots of testing. I've done altitude testing. I have my altitude testing posted. Some of that goes above the FAA limits. But why do I have it posted? Because I didn't knowingly go above that altitude. I didn't knowingly do it. And, well, how didn't you knowingly do it? Well, I had an altimeter on toy grade drones, and I went up. And I went up. I didn't have any type of telemetry on the ground. I didn't know I was actually going above that limit. I was pushing the limits of the drone. I wanted to see how high I could go before I lost signal or before I lost eyesight of it. And I have a whole line of videos, of altitude videos, and that's why I have them posted. Because if it came down to brass tacks and nails, I didn't knowingly do it. And that's why I have them posted. If you're going to post high flights, dude, you can post high flights. I don't suggest you posting altitude. There's one video on J Drone's channel that is not mine. There's one video that I loaded for somebody, and it's not my video. The person was afraid to load it. And I said, dude, I'll post it. I'll post it on my channel. I think it's epic. He was above the clouds. He was above the clouds with his bugs 2, and it was epic. Absolutely. Hold on. I'm reading stuff here. Hold on. The authorities watch YouTube to burst people, so be careful. Yes, be careful what you post. That's what I was trying to say as well. Sub you both. Back at you, Philip. Someone told me that large birds can ping the flight tower if above 400 feet. I would believe it. That'd have to be a pretty big drone, I would think. I would think it would have to be a pretty big drone to actually ping it, because birds don't ping on those towers. I'm almost positive birds won't ping on the towers. And there are large birds. Dude, hawks are bigger than our phantoms. It would have to be, yeah, see, solo and a phantom, I can't see it, man. I could see like industrial, like crop dusting drones, really massive drones that people actually use for crop dusting that are just massive. I could see something like that showing up. But anything smaller than a hawk, I can't see showing up. And I'm pretty sure hawks are bigger. The wingspan of a hawk, I think, is what, maybe like 4.5 feet to 5 feet. And our drones aren't that big, man. And I don't think they're coming up on radar. Even geese, dude. Not sure, but don't want to push my luck. Absolutely, don't push your luck. Push the limits, but don't push your luck, if that makes any sense. Like geese have a big wingspan, and I've heard of geese like hitting planes, and if it was coming up on the radar, they wouldn't hit the geese, and they'd go up a little bit or down a little bit or left or right a little bit. So I don't see much truth to that unless it's a really large drone. Although this is just me thinking out loud. I've done no research on it. I haven't done my homework on it. This is just me thinking out loud, and the logistics of planes actually hitting birds that are bigger than our drones. And in that juncture, I can't see them being on the radar. But all right, guys, this was a great feed. I appreciate every one of you's in here. I appreciate every single person. Jabberjawing with J-Drone. Bet a 6-blade eunuch would. It might. I don't know, though. Here, I'm at the computer. Let's see. The link above. Okay, so I'm gonna type okay. Let's see. Thanks for the content, Jay. Really enjoyed tonight. You take care too. We're gonna check in. We're gonna check in on this thing. Will my drone come up on airplane radar? That's what I'm going to type in. Will my drone come up on AIR radar, air radar? Do airports radar detect your drone? We're clicking on something. We got all these no-fly zones, but is the controller seeing a bunch of drones flying around? That's a very good question. I second that. Will I believe that since it's the size of a bird, it will have a hard time differentiating between a bird and a drone? So there you go. Somebody basically said what I said. Let's see. I've been doing some reading, and the best I could come up with is no. ATC radar is likely to ignore tiny speck. If they showed they showed every tiny speck on the radar, they would be overwhelmed. With the size of the Mavic and how quiet it is, yeah. So we're gonna say no. We're gonna say no on those drones. They would have to be extremely big because otherwise they would. Maybe little bitty specks on the radar like birds, and they're not paying attention to birds. They want to see other aircraft. They want to see other large objects that could actually potentially take them down quickly, and it would be a near fatal crash if they hit them. But all right, guys, we're wrapping this up. Perth West, thank you. Philip, thank you. Lee, if you're still here, thank you. Birdman, thank you. I'll be looking forward to that package. You can message me on Facebook, and my guy messaged me again. I got codes for you guys. So I'm going to make another video, and I will drop the link and I will drop the code. Jay the Mythbuster. Yes, we busted that myth. As far as what everybody's general consensus is, which was my mind puking prior to me Google searching. I'm gonna drop a video. I'm gonna make a video for the JJRC H47. I'm gonna drop the codes in the comments. First grab, first serve, and that should be fairly shortly after this video. Guys, I appreciate all the jabberjaw. This was a great feed. Again, McGregor, Mayweather, stay tuned. J-Drone thinks it's going to happen. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and have a good day. Fly again. What? Explain again, please. Explain what? Explain what? I'll stick around for you. Didn't catch what you said. I said a lot, dude. What didn't you catch? What are you referring to? What are you referring to? Waiting. I'm waiting. First come, first serve. I have contacts. By the way, I'm drinking cherry Coke. Kudos to you, brother. I'm trying to lay off sugar. Sugar and caffeine, I'm trying to lay off. It is the code, which is used one time. I got that. Okay, guys. So I got a friend. He's from China. He's been one of my contacts for a long time. And he has a store on Amazon. And he just gave me, let's see. He said, thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gave me 5 codes. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. Have a good rest of your evening. You have a good rest of your evening, brother. I'm happy that you chimed in. You're definitely a very vital part of this live feed. Definitely appreciate the back and forth. My friend has 5 codes, which will be 50% off a drone. I'm going to make a video for it. I'm going to do screenshots over here and whatnot, and we're going to make a video for it, and then first come, first serve. It'll be a separate video. And it will be for the JJRC H47. So providing he doesn't have it high markup, which I don't think he does, which let me see. He has here, let me see. I tell you exactly what they're going to cost. So... oh, that's going to be a fair price. They're going to be around $30-some. A little less than $30-some. $58.99 divided by 2. Somebody do it. $58.99 divided by 2. Somebody do it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the mathematician to type, this is what it is. This is what it is. This is the answer to your math question, Mr. J. Drone. $30. It'd be about $30. So that's what it's gonna be, and it's going to have the gravity sensor controller. What else is it gonna come with? Let me see here. Let's see, the whole package deal. Here, I'll show you the package deal. This is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna make a video right after this. So that's everything that's gonna come with it. That's what it is. that's going to be there, and I'm going to have 5 of them. I'm going to put them in the comments of the video, or not the comments of the video. I'm going to put them in, I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll put it as the first comment. As soon as I publish it, I'll put it as the first comment. First come, first serve. And please just use one. Use one of the codes. If you're interested in the code, use one of the codes. That way other people get a chance to grab it as well. So that's what we're going to do next. Where do I go to put the code in? Okay, I'll learn you something here. Check it out. How many batteries? I don't know, man. I'm seeing maybe one. I'm seeing one in a case, and here, look. Possibly only one. I'm seeing one. I'm thinking that's the battery there. Gravity sensor, real flight time. Let's see. We'll go down. We'll go down here. I'll show you where to type in the code to in a minute. Don't mind my horrible singing. Here we go. Let's see. Nope, we need to go down a little bit further. A little bit further. Is it compatible? No, okay. I don't know. I don't know how many batteries. So here, this is what you're gonna do. On J Drone's video, so hypothetically say this video, we'll just go ahead and click on this video. We're gonna hit pause. And down here in the comments, it'll be the first comment, it'll be pinned. Hypothetically say it's this comment, it'll have a link, and it will have, that'll be the link to where I just showed you, and then it'll have the codes underneath it. So you'll copy one of the codes, and if the first code don't work for you, try the next one, and so on. And then it will redirect you to this page, which will look like this, and then you will click Add to Cart. Proceed to checkout, and I'm just gonna put this down so it don't show my information. Like my button, my A button popped off, and I kind of rigged it so I can still use my A button, because I was using a external keyboard which is underneath the symbol, which you can't see. But anyway, and then under here where it says enter code, that's where you'll enter the code. So hopefully that cleared you up if you don't know how to enter codes on Amazon. Lots of people are messaging me, and I don't know. We'll get to that in a minute. But all right, we're gonna end this. Stay tuned. Very shortly, we'll have that video up. I'm J Drone. If you have not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. If you haven't done the thumbs up thing, it don't cost nothing. Hit that thumbs up thing. And if I get around to it before I make the other video, there will be a link underneath it. Your time, man. Have a good night. Yes, absolutely, dude. You have a good night as well. I reviewed the quad. Has gyro control joystick. Easy to fly. I reviewed it too. I reviewed it as well. I do have a video on it. But if you want to check out Perth West, check his out. Then check mine out. But for 30 bucks, you can't beat it. Especially Prime. If you got Prime, it's Prime. It's going to come to you quick, and you're going to have it. Courtesy of J Drone. 50% off. Get at it. We're gonna make we're gonna make a video on it right now. So later, guys, we're gonna end this. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep jabber-jawing, and we're gonna go over the 2-hour mark, which will be that it'll be a first. Wife's huffing and puffing back there. She does not like hearing J Drone just jabber-jawing all the time. But all right, later. Stay tuned for the video. We are ending. We're clicking end.